Court-martial bloopers, part 6. This one, I cannot take any credit for. This is all third party, but I'm going to retell it like I was there. So when I was doing uniform defense out of what is now known as Fort Cavazos, formerly known as Fort Hood, busiest court-martial jurisdiction in the world between 2008 and 2010, one of my OBC buddies was also doing trial defense, but he was doing it in the same region. We had the same regional defense counsel, but he was out of San Antonio. He was representing a command sergeant major who was charged with like a whole litany of things. But the major offense dealt with allegedly him, probably not the best thing to be laughing at, but allegedly forcing a DA civilian who worked for and around his area to give him a blowjob. So they were contesting it, and they're at the trial. There's a military judge who is a reserve judge, so he doesn't have like a whole lot of experience. So the complaining witness, this woman, this DA civilian, is on the stand, and the prosecutor asks, "Is there anything unusual about the accused's anatomy?" To which she responds, "He has no testicles." So the conclusion of her direct examination, my buddy, a living legend, stands up and says, "Your Honor, permission for my client to come into the well of the courtroom, like between counsel table and where the panel is, to, quote, drop trow." And the judge is like, "Recess." So we think the military judge goes and like phones a friend because he's like, "Well, I've never had," and you can, by the way, there are moments when you can request permission to have your client demonstrate something or do something or have a witness do something. And so the judge comes back onto the record, but then calls for like the counsel to go back into chambers. There's a lot of back and forth back in chambers about like his right to put on his complete defense. You know, Carl's really pushing hard for this event to happen. The judge is like, "I don't think that's appropriate," but he's trying to, figure it out. So the initial plan, according to the judge, is that they are going to have the Army CID agent come and look at the guy's junk and then testify about it. And Carl, my buddy Carl, is like, "Well, okay, that's not enough though. We're gonna need a photograph." So this agent has to go take a picture of this command sergeant major's junk. And when he takes the stand, oh gosh, Carl takes the picture, my buddy takes the picture, and he puts it on this thing called an Elmo, which is basically like a new school projector. And like this guy's testicles are like massive, projected onto the wall. Like they're just freaking huge. And so obviously good evidence to impeach the testimony of this woman. But it gets even better. So closing arguments. He stands up. And this must have been like 2009. He stands up and he says, as the hook, that's like the first line where you really want to like hook your audience when you're giving a closing or an opening. The hook of his closing statement. This guy is a living legend. He says, "Members of the panel, if he's got balls, this case falls." Messy military life.